I stood there, gripping a towel full of sand, feeling the wind slam into my back. And behind me, the same woman who laughed about using us as a windshield was coughing, gagging, and screaming about sand in her eyes. And for the first time all day, I didn't move an inch. If you've ever been disrespected by someone who acted like the world revolved around them, if you ever swallowed your anger just to keep the peace, then hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is one of those quiet revenge stories that hits way harder than it looks. Every year, without fail, my family and I drive nearly 1,000 miles to the same sleepy coastal town. Same apartment, same little grocery store, same quiet rhythm. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but that's the point. This place is our reset button. And the beach, that's our sanctuary. The beach we go to sits just down the road from our apartment. Locals know it well. Tourists usually don't. It has one defining feature: wind. From sunrise until about 9 a.m., the wind is relentless. Cold, sharp, enough to send sand stinging into your legs. But then, almost like clockwork, it dies. From 9 to 1 o'clock, the beach turns into paradise. Still air, gentle sun, perfect calm, which is why we always arrive early. That morning, we showed up around 8:40 a.m. The beach was nearly empty. Just a few distant figures, scattered far apart like they should be. We picked a spot with plenty of space. Set up our towels, chairs, bags. Normal stuff. I remember thinking, perfect. Another peaceful day. Then, 5 minutes later, they arrived. A family of 4. Loud, oblivious, purposeful in the worst way. Instead of choosing any of the dozens of open spots, they marched straight toward us and set up directly behind us. Not close, uncomfortably close. Close enough that if I leaned back, I could hear their conversations like they were sitting at our table. I turned my head slightly, confused. Surely they'd realize how invasive this was and move a bit. They didn't. And then the mom laughed. She actually laughed and said, "Well, at least you'll make a great windshield for us." She said it like it was a compliment, like we were furniture. Something inside me tightened. That familiar feeling, you know the one, that mix of disbelief and irritation where your brain goes, did that really just happen? But I let it go, because that's what people like me do. I didn't want a scene, didn't want to ruin the day, didn't want to be that person. So I ignored it. And sure enough, right on schedule, the wind died down. The beach became calm, warm, pleasant, and honestly, we had a great morning. We swam. We relaxed. We laughed. But every so often, I could feel them behind us. Too close, too loud, too present. After lunch, like always, the wind began to creep back in. A low hum at first, then stronger, then biting. Normally, that's our cue to leave. But that day, something inside me said, wait. So we stayed. As the wind picked up, I started packing slowly, very slowly. I gathered all the towels, the blankets, anything fabric, anything that could hold sand. And then very deliberately, I rolled them in the sand. Not aggressively, not angrily, methodically. I could feel my heartbeat in my ears. My face stayed neutral, but inside, I was finally done being polite. Then I started packing from the back of our setup. The wind was now in full force. And once I felt it hit me square in the back, I stepped forward, right in front of them. I shook out the first towel. Sand exploded into the air like a small storm. It shot backward, carried perfectly by the wind, straight into them. I heard gasps, coughs. "Oh my God, what are you doing?" someone shouted. I shook another towel. More sand. Everywhere. It peppered their legs, their bags, their food. Seriously? Watch where you're doing that. I didn't look back. I just kept cleaning. One towel, then another. The wind did the rest. I heard the mom screaming. I got sand in my mouth, in my eyes. The same woman who joked about personal space. The same woman who thought we existed for her comfort. I felt calm, vindicated. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't insulting them. I was just finishing packing. They kept complaining, muttering, cursing, and I kept going. Slow, thorough, unbothered. By the time I was done, their perfect little setup looked like it had survived a desert storm. We packed the last bag, lifted our chairs, and walked away. No words exchanged. No confrontation needed. Just consequences. As we walked up the beach, I glanced back once. They were still there, brushing sand off themselves, shaking towels, clearly miserable. The mom was furious. And for the first time all day, they looked small, not powerful, not entitled, just uncomfortable. And I realized something as we left. I didn't feel guilty. I felt balanced. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's letting people experience the same disregard they showed you. And sometimes it's just letting the wind do the talking. If this story made you smile, hit that like button. If you've ever dealt with someone who ignored basic respect, tell us in the comments, what would you have done? And don't forget to subscribe for more satisfying, karma-filled Reddit revenge stories just like this one. Because sometimes justice comes with sand.